Welcome. I am Urzuli, priestess of the dead. Sit, and I will show you the events that have shaped your destiny. Their leader was called Redjack, and they were known as the Brethren. They sent fear before them and left death in their wake. But in the end, they were betrayed.
Captain! A ship is approaching! Fire!
Captain, 2 more ships approaching!
I'll find you, traitor, and deliver you to hell.
As the pirate king took his last breath, you took your first. The story of Redjack became only a legend for 17 years. Now it begins again. The things I have shown you are past. As for the present, somewhere this day, there is a man who has decided it is time for you to die.
His name is Nicholas Dove. Find him and bring me his head. The place is here. It is called Lizard Point.
I have shown you the past and the present. When we meet again, Nicholas, perhaps I will show you the future.
What are you doing here? I figured you'd be out way past midnight. But you probably pissed someone off with that smart-aleck attitude. I told you it would happen. As your older brother, I'm supposed to teach you how to fight, but I'm not going to. A bloody nose would do you some good. I'll help you just as much as you've helped me on this farm. That is to say, not at all. You wander around while I do all the work. Oh, I forgot there was that day last year that you worked. When are you going to learn some responsibility? It would be nice if you could help out every now and then. There's a pirate ship at the docks right now, and the captain is in the bar. Maybe he would give you a job.
Good evening to you. Horseshoes, but I can make anything out of iron. If you need something forged, come to me. What do you do for a living? Well, I suggest you get started on a career of some kind. I highly recommend blacksmithing. Nothing the girls like more than big, sweaty men. Between you and me, I've had my eye on Elizabeth, but I must say, she seems to have a crush on you. You're a lucky man. Have you talked to her lately? Go talk to her. She won't be hard to find.
Hello, Nick. I was certainly hoping to run into you this evening. Yes, but you know the saying. All dressed up with nowhere to go. I'm sure you've heard my father died. don't be. He was as mean as two snakes, and it finally caught up with him. But he's left me in quite a bad situation. My father's business dealings were held together with promises he never intended to keep. Now that he's dead, everyone knows that they aren't going to get what he promised. So, they all want their money back. From me. He didn't even pay his taxes. Your farm is the most valuable property I own. I don't have a choice unless you can help me. Well, just answer me this. Have you ever thought of leaving Lizard Point to make your fortune? What do you think about being a pirate? Before you answer, let me explain. There's a ship here, a pirate ship. I know the captain, sort of. He recently lost some men in an accident. In one good season of pirating, you could make more money than either of us need. What do you say? He's been buying supplies from my father for several years. A lot of merchants won't do business with pirates for moral reasons. But, as my father always said, there's very little profit in principles. I want a man who's rich, handsome, and fascinating, and you've already got 2 out of 3. The rich part is easy. Just join this pirate crew and you'll be wealthy in no time. The pirate captain is in the bar right now if you want to talk to him. I promised I wouldn't tell, but that bartender just bought 12 bottles of rat poison from me. Either he's planning to poison the whole town or he's got a great many rats. Either way, I wouldn't eat the food or drink the ale if I were you. Have you decided if you would like to be a pirate? I already spoke to the captain about you. He said he'd have to meet you and decide for himself if he wants you on his crew. Come and tell me what he says.
As I live and breathe, it's Nicholas Dove, out and about after dark. I'm surprised that brother of yours let you leave the house. What can I do for you? You must be looking to walk on the wild side. Come on in. There's someone I want you to meet. Well, here you are, inside the best bar in Lizard Point. What do you think? No need to thank me. Sad to say, you're looking at it. Well, there was a man out back earlier, trying to steal some, food from me. Hit me up for a free beer, too. Then charged at me like a wild animal when I said no. I shot at him, and he ran away. Other than that, it's been quiet. I was just speaking with my friend Justice here. He's a famous sea captain. I'll introduce you if you like. Nick Dove. Meet Lantern Justice.
Oh, you're a local. Maybe you can help me. One of my men has gone AWOL. His name is Lyle, and the only place I can figure he might have jumped ship is on this island. Have you seen him? He looks like a big, stupid oaf. But he's the best swordsman I've ever seen. If you see him, please tell him that if he doesn't come find me, I'm going to wring his big neck. Now tell me, what is your occupation? I see. I might be able to offer you a job that would get you off this island. Yes, I do. I'm short-handed because some of my men were killed in Ireland. Usually it's a matter of experience, and I especially need men who can fight. We work for the king. We capture French ships. We put the ships out of commission as our patriotic duty, and keep whatever we find on them as our reward. But not just any man can become a privateer. I need proof that a man can handle any situations we might encounter. An acid test to see what he's made of. Oh, really? Well, what can you do that's useful? For one thing, I need men with swords who have fighting experience. You would have to gain both of those things. We meet people every day who are far more vicious than that shark in the cove. If you could kill that shark and bring me proof, I might consider hiring you. That's 3 things you need, and you have until sundown. According to my weatherman, there's the storm coming the like of which hasn't been seen on this island for 50 years. We need to sail as soon as possible. Now, leave me alone. I'm busy.
If you want to sail with the pirates, you have to have a sword. Hurry up. The captain said they are leaving soon.
It's been many a dark day since a man like you stood in this place. So the time has finally come for you to pick up Redjack's sword. If I had to wait any longer, I swear you'd have found a pile of bones down here. That's right, he was born in Lizard Point. That's the first part of my story. They call me Patch, on account of this patch. You picked up on that, didn't you, son? The famous last words of many a stupid man. Now listen to me. Now I know your mind jumps around like spit in a frying pan. But try to stay with me, otherwise you'll be dead by sunup. You've heard of Redjack, right? Of course you have. Your ma probably told you that story in your cradle, seeing as how he was from right here in Lizard Point. The greatest pirate who ever lived. Well, this all began 20 years ago, when Redjack formed the Brethren of the Coast. They were the most fearsome group of men ever assembled on one ship. Every year the Spanish gather up the year's worth of treasure they've stolen from the natives. They take it to the walled city of Cartagena, and there it sits, in the underground of vaults, until the Armada comes to take it back to Spain. Redjack found a way to steal it all, a way so clever and secret that it just couldn't fail. As he was making off with the treasure, the Spanish ambushed him, and the Brethren knew then that they had been betrayed.
Fire!
Their ship was shot up, but they made it to an island where the ship went down in the bay. There were only 10 men left, including Redjack, and he was sorely wounded. Now here's the part you may not know. He told his men, "This, my spirit, won't rest until I know who betrayed the brethren. Every loyal one among you, return to this island in 17 years for your share of the treasure. My share will go to the man who discovers the traitor. Until that day, my treasure is cursed, and any man who even dreams to steal it will be destroyed. Now leave me, and when I'm gone, put me where I can watch my ship and hear the waves." So Redjack spoke, and then he died. Now what? Greedy bastard, aren't you? The treasure's still right where he left it, son. The ship went down just offshore of that island, and there she sits. That's the problem. To this day, no one knows. Not far away, boy. Not far at all. A few, a miserable few. Plenty have tried, boy. They never come back. Don't really know anymore, son. It was never on any map. A man like me has to keep moving, boy. Now listen. I've told you all I can remember about Redjack. The only other thing I know for certain is that you won't solve your problems here. You've got to move on. Get out in the world.
Come here, you scummy little rat. I want to ask you a question. Come here, you scummy little rat. I want to ask you a question. You ever see anyone in those woods up there? Like rich people walking home from work with bags of gold, maybe? Scummy little rat, I think. Who are you? The village idiot, perhaps? It's been all of 2 weeks since I robbed somebody. I must steal, and quickly. What have you got in your pockets? Maybe I'll just beat you unconscious and check your pockets myself.
Leave the man be, Bone. He has done you no harm. Captain Justice will have your hide if he finds you stealing from British citizens.
Mr. Law and Order saves the day. Cross here, he's my conscience. Speaking of, you haven't seen any other pirates around, have you? You scrawd. I'll wring your neck. Never mind. You're too scruffy to waste time on. I certainly hope Captain Justice gets his business done and sails out of here tonight to somewhere that the pickings are a little richer. Say, who's that fine dish in the pink dress? You know her. Why? Is she your girlfriend? No, never mind. I'll go ask her if she has a man. I bet when she sees me, the answer will be no. I think I'll just go introduce myself as soon as me and Cross make our last trip out to the ship. So long, scrubby.
Have you been trained to fight? My name is Cross. It pleases me to make your acquaintance, unless you are an enemy. And then I will be pleased to make myself a coat from your skin. I am. And I think you wish to join us. As I thought, you have the same look I had when I decided to join the pirates. Of course, I have a useful skill. I predict the weather that affects the Marauder. I know when storms are coming and the direction they will take. There is a very bad storm coming to this island. Many things will change in the wake of this storm. Maybe it would be best if you left this place. Indeed, I do. You must pass the tests as they have been set out for you. The best help I can give you is the advice to watch your back when Bone is near. We will talk more later. You have things to do. Goodbye.
Hello. Never mind that. I know who you are. Do you like fish? You said a mouthful there. I'm the fishmonger. I catch fish. I chop off the heads. I love it. But didn't anyone warn you about me? They say I'm crazy. Look at me. Do I look normal to you? But the truth is, I just chop up fish. I hate sharks. Always eating the best fish. They just don't know when to quit. I heard you talk to the pirate captain. I'll help you if I can. What do you need? I can help with that. I'll give you some chum. Fish heads and innards. Best thing to attract a shark. And you can't kill it until you get it to come close. Do you want it? These fish heads are really something special. I wouldn't give them to just anybody. Good luck. No, I'm a pacifist. I'm sure you can find a brawny pirate who could help you with that. I've got a lot of fish to chop here. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah! Scared ye, didn't I? Well, at least you didn't fall on the ground and cry like a little girl. Curse ye, thick skull. Why ye sneaking around in the dark? I should kill ye. You trying to steal me boat? I'm called Shoeless Lyle. I've been a fortnight now with nothing to keep me alive but rum and roaches. So give me some food or I'm beating your arse. Well then, I'm beating your arse. You're lucky, by God. It's too dark out here to whip a man's arse. But come daylight, you're gonna be out here on this beach picking up your teeth. Meantime, what's your name? Nick, eh? And you live here? By God, dry land is a sorry place for a man to live. Pirate is the word you looking for, scrub. Murderer, thief, Scum of the high seas, those will also do. Why are you so damn interested in me business? I was the bare-knuckle boxing champion of England. Me captain hired me because I can fight. Well, some has brains, some has brawn. No offense, but I'm sick of talking to ye. I'm going to catch me some kind of animal and eat it. Maybe we can bang heads later. Ye be careful in them woods. I seen some funny-looking buggers creeping around. No offense, but I'm sick of talking to ye. No offense, but I'm... You all right, scrub? I seen them crab buggers earlier, and I know trouble when it looks me in the face. I think they were them fellows Blackbeard was telling us about. But let me shut me big flapping jaw before I tell every secret I know. Yeah, you turned white as a sheet and almost wet your trousers. You've got to learn how to use that sword, scrub. You got to. I can't teach nobody nothing until I get something to drink. My head is all fuzzy when I'm sober and I can't fight worth a damn. But I will teach you how to fight, if you'll get me some ale. Ain't me story to tell, scrub. It's not me they're trying to kill. You want to know more? You'll have to talk to someone else. It won't be old Lyle who lets this cat out of the bag. Good then. I'll wait right here. Bye now.
If you've done what the captain asked, get over there and tell him. If not, get to it. No problem.
Grub, damn good to see you in one piece. I was afraid they'd get you before you got back here with me ale. Guess I owe you a lesson or two with a sword. You got your blade. When you're ready to learn to use it, you come find me. I'll be on the dock. Well, scrub, I see you got you a nice big sword. But I can tell by the way you're holding that pig sticker that you don't know how to use it. We better get down to business. You stand right here while I open up my sack of whoop-ass. I'm a master of it all, scrub. A god among men. What do you want old Isle to teach you now? Defense, is it? Well, that is the most important thing for you to know when your scrawny arse is getting all hacked up. It's all about blocking, scrub. You move your mouse wherever you want to block and your sword will show up right there. There's 3 zones. Here, here, and here. Pay attention, you gullbugger. This is serious. Now, just about any fighter is going to telegraph the way he's about to strike. Everything you need to know is in the bastard's eyes, scrub. Watch me eyes. Otherwise, you won't have time to get your sword up where it's supposed to be. Now I'm gonna hit you, and you try to block me. You ready? Okay, here we go. That was okay, scrub. But an average fighter gets killed 50% of the time. What do you want old Isle to teach you now? Striking, eh? You think you want to crack some skulls? When you click the mouse button, your blade strikes the bastard, or me in this case, unless I'm too quick for you. You got 3 areas to strike. You can strike from either side, or you can strike from above his ugly noggin. Now that's a fine heavy blade you got there, and you're gonna get real tired swinging it. Pretty soon your strength will get low and your blows won't have enough power to knock the wind out of a roach. When you get tired like that, you're gonna have to rest a little. You'll want to quit hitting and sit tight. Just block until you feel strong again. If you can notice when your opponent's doing the same thing, well then you know he's tired and you might just find a weak spot. Keep that in mind. Now here's another thing. When you start a fight, it's mostly just feeling the bastard out, seeing what he's made of. But if you keep on hitting him with the same thing, then he's going to be able to write a book on you and then slam your little head inside. So mix up your strikes and keep him off guard. Now, I'm just going to stand here and let you strike at me for a while. When you hit me, which I know will be rare seeing as how I'm so good, you'll notice my life indicator going down according to how much damage I've taken. I'll tell you more about that later. For now, all you need to know is that when the dial gets to 0, your opponent's dead. If this were a real fight, there'd be blood gushing everywhere. But we're just play acting right now. Just try to get my health down to nothing as fast as you can. The faster you do it, the better your score. You ready to smite me? Here goes then. Oh! Oh! That was damn good, Nick. Damn good indeed. What do you want old Isle to teach you now? Now, sometimes, scrub, you may get in a situation where someone is throwing stuff at you. There's things you don't want to get hit by. For me, that's everything but food. So, you got to dodge, left, right, and so on. Lucky for you, I've got some stuff I feel like throwing at you this very minute. So you can practice. Now you just stand there with that stupid grin on your face, and I'll commence fire. Use the left and right arrow keys on that keyboard thingy down there, and you'll lean left or right. If you're not holding down any keys, you'll snap back to the center again. I'll be throwing pretty bottles like this one at your ugly mug from 3 different lines of fire. Just don't stare at your own reflection in them for too long, or else. Heads up, Scrubby. Prepare to dodge, Scrub. Damn, scrub. You suck. You're gonna get your empty head whacked right off unless you pay better attention to old Lyle. But I can see that you've got potential. Try again. What do you want old Lyle to teach you now? Heads up, Scrubby. Prepare to dodge, Scrub. That was okay, Scrub. But an average fighter gets killed 50% of the time. What do you want old Lyle to teach you now? Ready to fight the master himself, eh? I hope there's a good carpenter on this island to make you some arms and legs. Clear the docks! This could get ugly. On guard, Scrubby. Oh! If we was really fighting, Scrub, I'd be laughing my fat arse off at your corpse. But you're learning. Let's practice some more. Your fighting skills could use some work, but me instincts tell me you've got potential. When you have proof you killed the shark, go see Captain Justice. Maybe he'll sign you on to the crew.
Oh, good. You're back. Any progress on what we talked about? Well, let's see what you've got. Well, very impressive. The shark is a powerful beast. Lyle says he whipped your arse in that fight. Of course, he's been known to exaggerate. I must say, boy, when I told you to do those things, I really thought it would discourage you. No one thought you could actually do them. It seems I misjudged you. If you want to join my crew, you're welcome. What do you say to that? Good then. We'll be setting sail immediately. That storm has got me really worried. I'm feeling wary, boy. You've got a nervous look about you. If you're running away from something, I don't want to take on your trouble. I've got enough of my own. Who's after you? They're here? You saw them earlier? But what do you have to do with... No time for questions. You're definitely coming with us. Don't tell anyone else what you've told me.
And that is how the ship came for him. And you climbed aboard to sail under the skull and crossbones. No one could foresee what would become of you. No one, that is, except Urzuli.
Before you're officially a member of this crew, you'll have to take an oath. Now, Do you swear upon the axe to be honorable in all your dealings and to be loyal to your captain and this crew? Good. Now, go look around the ship. You'll find plenty to keep you busy.
Nicholas, do you remember me? I am well. I see that you impressed Captain Justice, and now you are one of us. Everyone should try to teach you a little of his talent, just as Lyle has taught you to fight. If you wish, I will try to make you understand how the clouds reflect your coming fate. It is a talent that I inherited from my mother. A place in Africa called Huida. I elected to join the pirates and see the world. There is unrest around us. Of course, you are the cause of it. There is someone in Jamaica who might tell you more. She has talent like I do, but uses it in a different way. We will arrive at her doorstep very soon. You have a bright soul, one that pulls all things towards you, even the clouds. Soon you will be at the center of a great disturbance. You will have to learn to stand calm in the eye of the storm and outwit your enemies without being swept away. Her name is Erzuli. To most, she tells simple fortunes, but she knows much more. She traded one of her eyes for the eye of a demon. Now she sees into some very dark lands. I think she already has. I cannot venture to say more about her. You will meet her soon enough.
So you've joined us then? How terribly exciting. Like that, are you? I had no idea. No wonder your girlfriend took to me so quickly. Yes, that's right. Hate me more. I love it. It'll be all the better in the end. That's right. When those assassins finally get Captain Justice, it will be the end for you. Now get away from me.
Hello, I don't believe we've met. My name is Sullivan. I was keeping watch on the ship and didn't get to go ashore while we were in Lizard Point. Lyle says you're a clever one, and that's why he decided to help you get aboard. Now that you're here, I won't be the newbie anymore. You'll have to do all the work that no one else wants to do, but don't worry. I'm sure there'll be someone even newer than you soon. Well, do you like our ship so far? It's okay here. Not very peaceful, but we're pirates after all. I saw a girl in a pink dress wandering around the town square. Was that your girl? Never mind. I guess there's no need to dwell on what you've left behind. Why don't you ask me a question instead? I don't want to do all the talking. It's a long story. Maybe I'll tell you sometime when I know you better. For now, just let me give you a warning. Bone has obviously taken an extreme dislike to you. 2 people that didn't get along with him have fallen overboard in the middle of the night since I've been here. Bone has aspirations to be the captain, I think. Just watch your back. So, you must have had to do something extraordinary to get accepted on this ship. Captain Justice is always thinking up peculiar tasks. It's kind of a game with him, I think. Lyle once had to bite the head off a live chicken. So what was it for you? Yeah, that sounds about right. So what is it that you're running away from? I'm curious about you. You must have impressed Captain Justice. Don't you trust me? How about if I tell you something about me? We'll trade confidences. Now, you've got to understand, they'll kill me if they find out. I don't know why I'm taking this risk with you. I haven't told anyone. I'm not really a man. Really? Well, I had to get on this ship, so I dressed up. I'm trying to find somebody. I hope so. Well, I have this letter. That's right. I found it after she died. In a riding accident. But there was always talk among the servants that he killed her. When I find out the truth about my father and make my fortune, I'm going to go back to Charleston and find out the truth. I hope so. I hope the old bastard lives long enough for me to kill him. I'm always half afraid he's going to come after me and try to bring me back home. According to the law, he has complete control over me. So that's my story. Now, what's your plan? The one that's going to keep you alive. Information isn't sharp enough to kill somebody with, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to know what's going on. Look, Nick, I like you, and I'll help you however I can. I know that looking for my father out here is like trying to find one particular drop of water in an ocean. I'm determined to do it, but so far I've gotten exactly nowhere. I have a feeling that you're always going to be at the center of the action, and I think that's where the answers are for me as well. And if there's some treasure at the end of this adventure, well, I wouldn't mind having that either.
Scrub, how do you like the sea so far? Warn me if you start feeling queasy. Don't want you to vomit on me new shirt. That's right. Try out the cannons. You think it's fun killing one person? Try sinking a whole ship full.
What's on your mind? You need to learn to watch, the cannons and navigation. You may not get to learn everything now, but what we really need to learn is how to get away from those assassins. I figure the sea is the safest place for me. No place for them to hide out here. They seem to like woods or city streets to creep around in. I don't know. We seem to share the same problem, though I can't imagine why. You don't look more than 18. You weren't even born when the Brethren roamed the seas. I've been trying to figure out what someone would gain by killing off the Brethren. It could be for the gold, I suppose. There's an incalculable amount down there. I suppose that someone could think if all the Brethren were dead, there would be no one to protect it. No, I don't know who protects it, but someone definitely does. Redjack made it clear that he would take care of that himself. But it's all coming together soon. At the reunion, we'll get some answers. Now, I'm busy. This area is shallow and dangerous, and I need to go through these nautical charts carefully. We won't need assassins to kill us if we run aground out here. I'll speak with you later.
Travel on the sea is slow. The wind hurries for no man. You have spent your days learning the art of war and hearing the stories of those whose fates are now tied up with your own. Some nights, while you sleep, an evil man walks in your dreams. But so far you wake, still living. And the moon drags the tide across the world, and your tiny ship with it. I knew you were on the way before your ship even sailed into Port Royal. Nicholas, you come to me. Know it or not, I wait.
You men have tonight to spend in port. Keep your business to yourself, or you're liable to meet the hangman. Now get out of my face! Tomorrow morning, 10 sharp. We won't wait for you. Don't be late. Better take this watch so you don't lose track of the time. Now go on.
Why don't you get out and see the town? Have some fun. There's a famous fortune teller in town. Go pay her a visit. I'm gonna go ask around about my father. We'll meet up later.
You'd better get on into town if you're going. We won't be here long. I'm going to meet my girl.
Don't be surprised when she calls out my name.
You shut that rum hole, you big mouth bastard. I'll curse you with 6 inches of steel in your guts. Damn, Skippy, be careful. If you go see that Urzuli, don't let her hex you. Had me a friend who pissed her off. First he went bald, then he died.
Dove, enjoy your last night. You won't live to see tomorrow. The countdown begins now. By the way, I know all about you and your girlfriend, Sullivan. Don't you remember that women aren't allowed on board? I know what you're up to. Don't you think the rest of the crew would like to know too? I've been on this crew longer than you have. and any accusation requires a duel or a trial. You want a duel? You'll get your chance as soon as we get back out to sea, if you live that long.
Ah, Nicholas Dove, you have come. I see a man whose future may soon bring him to his knees. Nizambi, the speaker of the dead, gathers the bones of prophecy so that I may see into you. Now, what is it that you would wish to know of a soothsayer? Ah, I taste the curse upon your soul. You don't even know of this curse, put on you by a man of darkness. It is a spell of finding. You wish me to remove the curse? I cannot. Its maker is powerful and many miles away. Wish you to know of the future? I will tell you. A vision of death appears no matter what path I walk on your behalf. If you weren't sitting before me, I would say that you were already dead. I will ask the others. They will show you. Do you want to know the future as they see it? Very well. They speak through the crystal ball. Look. The image passes. The dead have done what they will. To know any more, you must speak to the condemned man. This is something that has already happened in some worlds, is yet to happen in others. You make your own future. Over the years, I have spoken to each of the brethren in turn. But every man's fortune is his own business. He is close by. You must confront the one who looks for you. One of you will live. One of you will die. The gold of which the legend speaks lies in a cold place, where a demon dreams. That treasure was made from blood, and it will go back to blood. I will allow you one more question. Choose it carefully. Blackbeard came to ask me the same. News of Redjack. I could tell him nothing. The spirit world is strangely quiet on the subject. Nobody knows Blackbeard. Yes, he comes to see me occasionally. But that's his business and not yours. Though I can tell you that you will meet him before this is over. You can ask him whatever you want, if he doesn't kill you first. I have nothing more to tell you. I do have something to give you before you go. These 2 vials contain the most powerful spells I can give a fighting man. The green one is a potion of rejuvenation. When you are exhausted from swinging that sword, it will give you new strength. The red liquid will heal wounds. Use both sparingly. Your supply is limited. Now go and try to save your pathetic life. I'll be watching.
For God's sake, stand aside, son. I'm on my way to meet someone.
An old friend. Don't forget to be back at the ship in the morning.
Someone got this one good.
Somebody ate his arm off.
Look, over there.
You there! Freeze right where you are! What happened here? I see. The mysterious hooded men. Yes, they're conveniently guilty of many things in this section of town. Can anyone identify this body?
That's Captain Justice of the Marauder. He's been murdered. He killed the captain.
And who might you be?
I'm Bone, second in command of the Marauder. I saw him kill Captain Justice.
My lord! The arm's been hacked off. What's this? A watch? It's inscribed with the name Lantern Justice. What are you doing with this? You killed this man in cold blood and then ate his arm? Monster! It's a good thing we got here when we did. Oh, there'd be no evidence left. Allow me to escort you to the jail, scumbag. We'll hang you in the morning. Well, here's your room for the night, you vicious bastard. I'm gonna sit right here and keep an eye on you. Come daybreak, it's off to the gallows with you. I've got an eyewitness who saw you kill Captain Justice and take his gold watch. By the way, the townspeople are very eager to see you kicking at the end of a noose tomorrow. We'll even have a parade for you. Now I'm warning you, keep your evil mouth shut.
Hello there. Do you really eat people as they have been saying? I see. So you are as innocent as I am. I am Jesus, son of Jesus from Cartagena. I heard that they call you Nick. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. Spaniards are not popular here in British territory. I will tell you my sad story. I was a seaman in the Spanish Armada. I was serving aboard the galleon owned by the Viceroy of Cartagena. The Viceroy is a very bad man, and his ship was haunted. That's right, senor. Some of the men talked of an extra crewman. It paced the decks at night. I think I should not tell you any more until you do something for me. You must let me out of here if you escape. Otherwise, I think they will hang me in your place to please the crowd. Will you do it? Good then. Now what did you ask me? No, senor. I never saw it myself. But the ghost is not the important part of my story. Those of us unfortunate enough to be on the ship found ourselves bound for England. Three ships, 200 men in all, bound for a place called Lizard Point. I would say they are not there yet, but close. Our large war galleons are slow, but very dangerous. I have no more to tell. I think the jailer wants to kick in my head. We were told to kill the weak and take the able-bodied as slaves. We must be quiet. He will kill us. There is no way to escape. Of course, I do not have the threat of the noose adding wings to my feet as you do. You may develop the strength to tear those bars from the window. Then again, you may not. We will see.
I'm here, Nick. I can't stay long. The watchman walks by every 5 minutes. I know you didn't kill Captain Justice. I'm trying to find a way to help you. In the meantime, I brought you something. Rum. If you're going to the gallows, go drunk. I'll be back later.
No alcohol for prisoners. Allow me to take that off your hands. What is it now? That makes 2 of us, but there's no rum for you. Article 10, Section 4 of the Port Royal Code says it's my rum now. Maybe a few drinks will improve my disposition since you won't stop talking to me.
If you get out of here, promise me you'll take me with you. Thank you. I will repay you someday.
And now it's time for the trial of this murderer. Since the jail in Port Royal wasn't strong enough to hold him, we must determine his punishment under the laws of the sea. As captain, I appoint myself judge of these proceedings.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Bone. You are the accuser in this case, and therefore cannot be the judge. I will be the judge. You may state your case against Nicholas Dove.
So be it then. He'll still hang. If it pleases your honor, the man you see before you is a scurvy dog, a rascal among rascals, and I hope that you will vote him to be hanged from the yardarm forthwith.
What are the charges against him?
Treachery, desertion, and the murder of our beloved Captain Justice.
Does anyone speak for him?
I do, sir. The charges against Nicholas Dove are lies.
I have one more charge to add to the list. The man who speaks for Dove is no man at all, but a woman in disguise, whose deception has been aided by Nicholas Dove, another violation of our sworn articles. I ask you to take a right close look at young Sullivan.
By God, he's right, thank the stars. I always liked Sullivan's legs, and I thought I was going a bit funny.
This is indeed a violation of the articles. Her words in defense of Nicholas cannot be taken as testimony. What say you, Lyle?
Well, here's what I say. Young Dove has been nothing but a good fellow as long as I've known him, and Bone nothing but a backstabbing rat. And ye ain't my captain either, scumbag.
As captain, which I am now, I say they hang.
I ain't convinced that Nicholas Dove killed Captain Justice, and I don't hold with killing women either. I agree that they have to leave this crew, but I'd like to drop them somewhere that they can make their way.
I agree with you, Lyle, that we must err on the side of mercy if we err at all. Marooning it is then.
Marooned on a desert island. It's a good thing Lyle was there to speak up for us. He saved our lives. Let's look around. What did you find? It must have something to do with something else on the island. It says it was headed for a museum. I wonder if someone was trying to take the stuff off the island, and if so, what happened to them? guess maybe I need to stand on the other side, so you can shift those gems around too. I'm not going in there. I'll look for another way up. See you at the top. What took you so long? You look a little pale. You got in a fight? Good, then I won't run into it. Shall we look around up here? You know who this is, don't you? It's Redjack, king of the pirates. He's guarding the treasure from his last great heist. After all we've heard about him, there he is.
Enter. I am Redjack. You must be clever. Many men have died on this island. I would have expected nothing less of you. But to business, I haven't much time. The reunion of the Brethren is only a few weeks away, and I still don't know whose dagger is in my back. You see that Justice has joined my crew. That means there are only 3 of the Brethren left. You are the one who can find the traitor. You are now entitled to a share of the treasure, and you are charged to avenge me. Now go. I can't keep you here any longer. It is dangerous for the living to be here at all. But I have almost forgotten the most important thing of all. My daughter, Anne. I tell you only this. Protect her with your life. Now wake. Unless you be doomed to sail with us forever.
Nick! What happened? You blacked out on me for a minute. Look at your arm. Nick, what happened to you? What did you see? Do you think it was his ghost? I didn't see anything. My father? What about him? Redjack? My father? He's dead then. I can't find him. I can't tell him. And someone murdered him? That means part of this revenge is mine. Nick, I need to be alone. I'll catch up with you in a minute. What did you find? Well, hang on to it. It may come in handy later. Now let's try to get back down to the beach. My, what a big horn. Aren't you going to blow it and see what happens? It must signal something. I think we just found out what happened to all those ships that disappeared. It must be guarding the treasure. I bet it takes down ships that sail up from this side, even if there's no one to blow the horn.
What are you doing on this island? None of your business. You really shouldn't be here. This is private property. Yes, well, I can see how that would be a problem. Did your ship sink? Someone left you here. Are you a criminal? What were you accused of? Murder? Wait. Are you the one who escaped from Port Royal? Well. Tell me what you know of Lantern Justice. So we heard. Killed in cold blood, just like the rest. And what did Justice tell you about the Brethren? Who was? Redjack's dead. I see. You hear other voices? Where the hell did you get that? You've obviously been drinking, but I recognize this tattoo. It can't be what it is. That's a tattoo that I myself put on Redjack 20 years ago. I have one too. Yes, I do. Why? Why do you want to see Blackbeard? Redjack's daughter. This is a test, isn't it? I'm taking you to Blackbeard. If he doesn't want you, he can kill you himself.
So you arrive at the fortress. Blackbeard came to see me once to ask his future. And I told him that it would take 25 bullets to kill him someday. He laughed and said, "Is that all?"
We'll go on up to the second floor and see who's around. I designed most of it. It's completely secure. Unless you know the ways in. You need to ask that question? You said yourself someone's trying to kill all of us.
It sure is nice to be off that island.
Here we are. Well, I see this place is jumping as usual. Blackbeard hasn't talked to anyone lately. He's been stewing up in his office ever since we heard about Justice. The storm will break before long.
By God!
I don't like the sound of him today.
Right now.
Do you think you can mix him a drink? Well, that'll be up to you. You should know a thing or two by now. This is a bit of a test, lad. Don't make the mistake of thinking that Blackbeard's just a loud drunk. Many people have made that mistake. He knows you're here, and he probably even knows why. He astounds me sometimes. You'd better get busy if you want our help.
Expecting to see Blackbeard, are you? Don't hold your breath. I've been waiting for days.
Nick, how have you been? I am ready to make some changes. Bone has spent his last day as my captain, as far as I am concerned. The man has a rotten heart. We are hiding from the Royal Navy. Bone tricked us into firing on an English merchant ship. In doing so, we broke our privateer charter, and now we are hunted criminals. They say we will hang in Port Royal before it's all over. Me, they want especially, a witch as well as a pirate. We will have to keep a low profile, get a different ship, appear to abide by English laws. With Bone as our spokesman, I think not. Blackbeard has compromised his security by letting us in here, and I fear that none of us will leave alive. Lyle thinks he will get in his good graces by winning the contest, and maybe he is taking the right approach. You'll have to ask Lyle to explain it himself, if he can still speak English. I will speak with you again later.
By God, Nick, it's damn good to see you. I was afraid that you and Anne might have died on that island. Felt like a coward for letting Bone maroon you like that. We've been all over. This is our first stop on land since we put you on that island. And I ain't getting back on either. Gonna find me another crew. What you doing here? Oh yeah? Well, if anybody can help you, it's Blackbeard. Hope he takes a liking to you. No, I've heard him though. Sounds like a real bastard. He's my hero. Everyone here says he's been in an agitated state for days. About the Brethren thing. Sure hope he knows you aren't the one who killed Justice. Say, them bastards still after you? Yeah, I guess there wasn't anybody but you on that island, huh? Oh, you and Sullivan. She sure is a pretty one. But I've seen her kill plenty of men. Better be careful. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. We can talk later.
Hi, Nick. How's it going? Did you find out anything interesting? Well, so are you, I guess, since you broke out of jail in Port Royal and killed all those soldiers. They've got nothing on you as far as outlaw status goes. Well, you get on with whatever you're doing. I'm going to talk to Lyle.
By God, my head hurts. What is it, Scrub? I guess, Scrub. Just a little, though. I'm using it.
Let me taste the drink. If you made it incorrectly, Blackbeard will have your head. Yes, that's it. I'll take it up to Blackbeard right away.
Do you really think a drink will get him down here? Well, take a number. I've been waiting 3 whole days and haven't seen him. My business is damned important. Where the hell is he? Of course, maybe he knows what I'm here for, and he's scared. Maybe I'll just go up there and...
Here I am, numbwit, standing on your brains. You made this bloody god-awful drink? Come on, step up, scumbag, and let me see you. Well, this is the worst drink I've had in years. This is the same crap Redjack used to make us drink. His specialty. You'd think he dipped it straight from the latrines. Oh, the memories this brings back. Rum for everyone! We'll drink to Captain Redjack. Here, you made it. You'll have to drink the rest of it. Now we have things to talk about. Rockfish says you have a real brethren tattoo, and he believes that story you tell. I don't know what to believe. Do you know who or what you are? I'm less than pleased to meet you, Nick Dove. I've heard your name. Rockfish says that you got that tattoo in a dream. Urzuli predicted your arrival, though not exactly. She said as the time of the reunion approached, we would begin to see signs. She said that someone would arrive, marked so that we would know him. My dreams have also been troubled of late. I dreamed of justice on what must have been the night he died. They say you killed him yourself. Did you see them? Who the hell are these people that they can kill the brethren? I'll make someone pay, but it won't help. They're all dead already except for Rockfish and me. Oh, I failed Redjack and the brethren again. Yes, again. I'll tell you the whole ugly story. Marquez and I were the last through the tunnels the night of the Cartagena raid. Who was Marquez, you ask? He was Redjack's right-hand man and his closest friend, and the one who could have gotten us away safely. We were running from the Spanish. He let me go first, but on his way through, he slipped and fell in the water. The current was strong, and I couldn't get to him in time. He drowned. I had to go find Redjack and tell him what happened. Redjack lost everything that night. His treasure, his best friend, and his life. I could have prevented all of it by being quicker, by being more level-headed, by saving Marquez. I've made my own kingdom here, and vowed to keep everyone in it safe from betrayal. But that doesn't change the past. When the brethren needed me most, I let them down. And now, I failed again. No, all this time, and no progress on that mystery. But it seems the answer has something to do with you. Now that you're here, we don't have much time to come up with a plan. The most important thing is... important is...
did you get here? By God, you haunt me like a ghost. But I will see you dead, I swear it. Not bloody likely. You're a dead man.
Ah. 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 Bone finally got what he deserved. You finally killed that little goat bugger. Now you listen up. Blackbeard says you're going to Cartagena to get your people back.
Skulls and guts. What a mess! There was a lot of blood in that scrawny little guy. Listen, Nick. Good job on those Janissaries. They're just mercenary scumbags, but I've got a line on where they came from. I'm going there, and I'm going to beat some information out of somebody. You're gonna have to go to Cartagena. I think besides that girl, you might find some answers there. Take Rockfish with you. He's a friggin' genius. We'll plan to meet at Redjack's Island in 2 weeks.
After many uneventful days on the ocean, the walled city appeared in the distance, sitting like a marker on a grave.
Oh no, you mean I have to get in the water? I hate the water. Nothing good lives in the water. This must be part of the new sewer system. Looks to be a lock of some kind. We'll have to find how it works.
I can't believe I'm here. We just walked in here like sheep going to be slaughtered. Who's in charge of this mission? Oh, good, because I've got something to report. Somebody knows about our top secret way into the city. Well, we can't go back now. Whoever set this trap is somewhere ahead. They obviously want us to find them instead of them coming to us. What do you want us to do, Nick? Okay, here it goes.
Tell me it isn't more water.
What should we do now?
Okay, we'll get on the raft.
You go over and drain the water to let us down.
By God, this is an evil place. That night, the place was full of smoke. Everybody was yelling. You couldn't tell who was a friend and who was an enemy. I have a bad feeling right now. I just hope all these old tunnels are still passable. Don't you worry, Nick. Ingenuity is my middle name. There's one more thing I'd like to tell you. I want you to know that I think Redjack chose well when he picked you. If something happens to me before we get to Redjack's island, and if you do get that treasure, I would like for you to have my share. It's not that you'll need it. There's more there than anyone could use. But it's the only way I can think of to thank you for trying to help us. Oh, if you get it, you will have earned it. What do you want us to do now? Okay, here it goes. What do you want us to do now? Okay, here it goes.
What now? How are we going to get out of this place? Sounds like a good idea. Rockfish. He's gone. He was such a nice man, and now he's dead. That's the same way that other pirate died, you know? The one in the story Blackbeard told us. We have no choice but to go on. We'll have to try to be satisfied with revenge on whoever is doing this.
Nick, you look so different. You look dangerous. I'm the one hanging in a cage above a pit. I don't see a thing wrong with you. Do you think it would be too much trouble for you to let us down?
Who are those people, Nick? You've got to help them, Nick.
Nick, I thought I would die in this hole without seeing you again. How did you find us? No, before you tell me that, get us out of here. Yes, Nick, we're fine. Just a little hungry. But he promised to come back and torture us, so let's get out of here. The Viceroy. Nick, you're the reason he took us. He wanted you to come here. He told us we were bait for the trap. He expected you sooner. You can't let him catch you. I won't touch that. I don't need that. Thanks, Nick. I guess you turned out to be good for something after all. Did you find everything you came here for? Or do you need to look around some more? For God's sake, Nick, now you're just looking for unnecessary trouble. But I'll stick with you, no matter what happens.
Welcome, Captain Dove. Good of you to come, brother. I'm glad you found time during your sneaking around to admire my collection. And perhaps you remember my dear friend Rockfish.
Who are you?
Forgive my manners, I must introduce myself. I am Marquez.
But you were...
Redjack's original right-hand man? Yes, my dear, I was. I hate them, and they will die. To the very last man.
You killed my father!
So, you are Redjack's bastard child. While I didn't put the knife in his heart, I do enjoy thinking of myself as the man who murdered your father. And by the way, girl, your father asked that if something happened to him,
I find you and tell you that he loved you. So, dear, Daddy loved you. Your friend is beginning to rot, I think. He doesn't smell very good. Perhaps we should retire to my study, where the air is better. Now, let's talk, shall we? You lost Redjack's little book on the way in. I read it while I was waiting for you, and I found it very entertaining. Let's talk about the Brethren reunion. I mean, I really think I should be there, don't you? But I don't know how to get to the island. So you have a chip with which to bargain for your life. I plan to get my treasure and kill Blackbeard. I taught that dumb bastard everything he knows. I invented that persona he uses. He's just a little man in a big coat. I hated Redjack. Indeed he was in the beginning, when we were equals. Then things began to change. I was the power. Every plan was mine, but he got all the glory. The legend is in his name. No one even knows me. What do you think of your brotherhood now, you bastard? All dead or fleeing in fear for their miserable lives? The worm has turned now, hasn't it? I have everything. And the mighty Redjack has nothing but the dirt in his grave. He is a pile of moldering bones, along with all but one of his precious brethren. Unfortunately, I have to keep you alive. You must take me to the island. There, I will kill Blackbeard and claim my treasure. Will you take me willingly? Or shall I start dismembering your companions? Yes, I know you will. Lock them up. There'll be no clever jailbreaks here. We will leave at dawn.
Six ships set sail for the meeting of the brethren. You and your companion in the belly of one.
By the blood, you're alive! How can that be? I saw you drown! Are you a ghost?
No, Edward, I assure you. I'm quite real.
But how?
It's dangerous to be one of the brethren these days.
I've spent the last 15 years trying to forget watching you die. It's good to see you, after all this time.
When I heard about your planned reunion, I couldn't resist the chance to see my brothers one more time. I wonder where the rest are.
There aren't many of us left, Marquez. I wonder how Redjack will make his appearance.
Surely you don't believe that old ghost story?
He told us he would be back. I don't doubt it.
Be that as it may, I don't believe in ghosts. Now, what about the treasure? Where did the revenge go down?
Well, no harm in telling you that. She sits right over there, taken down by the Kraken. Nick! I thought you'd been murdered by the Viceroy in Cartagena. Well, I'll be interested to hear the tale of how you got here. But first, this is Marquez, the brethren we thought drowned in the tunnels. What are you talking about?
He means, Edward, that he is my prisoner. I should have killed him, but your big mystery is solved now. I am the Viceroy, and I am the traitor. I've come here to kill you.
You son of a bitch! I'll tear out your heart and feed it to the beast in the bay!
I agree that someone must go to feed the beast, but I don't believe that it will be me.
You aren't the only one who brought along some friends!
Kill him!
Nick, help me! Nick, hurry, blow the horn! Go help Blackbeard. Don't worry about me. Just go ahead.
You saved my life again, Nick. Well, surely you don't think I came to this party by myself in a rowboat? The Wolf, the Defiance, and the Neptune are right out there, waiting for my orders. Still, we'll be sore pressed to sink twice our number in Spanish galleons. We used to have some old defenses up on the hill. I wonder if any of them are still operational. We'll send those dogs to the devil by way of a cannonball. Go on, no time to spare.
Old man? I can't believe you don't recognize me, my friend. Perhaps you're all finding this patch on me eye to be confusing.
Yes. Did you think I'd miss my own victory party? Edward, my friend, I am proud to say that I taught the infamous Blackbeard the ways of the sea and turned him into the devil he is today. And I never blamed you for what we thought happened to Marquez. But let none of you speak again the name of the traitor, for he does not deserve to appear in my legend. It's been good to see you again, brother. And my girl, I wish we had more time. Keep these rat bags out of trouble. And as for you, young Nicholas, you have been the hand of my revenge, and to you goes the captain's share of the treasure. I lift my curse and hope my gold brings you good fortune. Beware of the spell that gold casts upon men. Don't let it take you down as it did me. Take care of my Anne. Fair winds, my brothers.
Scrum, but it's Captain Scrub now, ain't it? It's a damn good thing I taught ye how to fight. It was a fine piece of work getting rid of that Marquez. Can't believe it was him that done all the betraying. You're quite a hero. I was quaking in me bare feet when that beastie came up out of the sea. I ain't never seen a thing like that. I'd tell you me giant squid joke, but I got to get to the keg before them bastards drink it all. But don't ye worry, Scrub. We got years and years together. You'll hear all me funny jokes. Over and over and over again. I'll be seeing ye shortly.
What are your plans now? Well, Nick, I have to tell you, I think the days of piracy are numbered. Now, that isn't to say that there won't always be some kind of new business opportunities for a man like yourself. You've got to make your own world the way you want it. You and Anne are welcome at my fortress anytime. But you know we hang people we catch pirating in our territory.
Well, Nick, imagine me thinking you'd never amount to anything. You saved all of us. Thank you. So, tell me, are you still in love with Elizabeth? Then you won't mind if I ask her to marry me. Well, those Spaniards really destroyed Lizard Point when they came looking for you. I want to go back and rebuild things. Plus, Elizabeth has given me the title to the farm, so I finally own something of my own. I just have to hope that she feels the same way about me that I do about her. I'm going to go ask her right now. Thanks for everything.
Nick, I wanted to speak to you. I want to thank you for what you did. Perhaps you thought me pushy when I asked you to leave Lizard Point from me. Who could have known all this was going to happen? Who could have thought you would be one of the brethren? Actually, I recognized your potential. Oh no, turns out I'm far better at business than my father was. Now Jake and I are going back to Lizard Point. They burned most of it down, so we intend to rebuild it exactly the way we want it. You could come too, if you like. Well, I don't blame you. Your life is completely different and exciting now. But I've had enough excitement to last me a lifetime. You'll come and visit us, won't you? Oh, good. I hope you're not too upset about Jake and me. We're getting married. Thank you. Goodbye, Nick.
Well, Nicholas, you have come a long way from the nervous young man I met in Lizard Point. I advised you to learn to defend yourself, and you did. Even against the devil himself, it seems. I sense a bit of the hand of Urzuli in this. In fact, I think I can hear her laughing somewhere. Where will you go now? With pleasure, Nicholas. Please come tear me away from the sacred pipe when you are ready to sail.
Well, Nick, I found my father and saw him avenged. You got your revenge and your treasure, and the legacy of the greatest pirate who ever lived. It's a happy ending. I hope you'll let me sail with you from now on. I don't want to go back home. What would I do for excitement? So just consider it. And tell me what you think after we get the treasure.
All right, Captain Dove. It's gold we want, and gold we shall have. Overboard with you lazy scoundrels, and bring up our treasure!
The uneasy shade of the Pirate King is gone. He leaves his space in this world for the one whom fate says will be even greater. pattern of the cards is picked up, shuffled, and ready to be dealt again.